Ladies and gentlemen,
peace and love. It's time for Soul Opera Radio with SuiteFranchon, where we share messages of peace and love through poetry and music. Be entertained, be inspired, be our guest. And now here is your host, SuiteFranchon, in 3, 2.
Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for listening. We are in the building. Guess what? We are about to have a good time. You know, it's been a while since we've been present and accounted for, right? Let's give ourselves a round of applause for that. Welcome. This is Soul Opera with SuiteFranchon, and I am your host, your founder of SuiteFranchon Entertainment Radio. And I'm just excited to be back on the air, and to what better way to start off our relaunch than to have who's become one of my dearest friends, but also a phenomenal sister. She's an author. She's a motivational speaker. She is our expert in love, in matters of love. And we are just so excited that she's in the building. Everybody, please show some love for the wonderful, the phenomenal, the absolutely amazing, and one of my accountability partners. How about that? Focus. Hey, darling.
Hello. Yes, I'm so glad to be here on the relaunch. Hey, sweet.
Hey, girl. Thank you for your patience and understanding, and just being, it's funny how you meet people and you end up becoming close friends. And I just want to thank you for how we have been growing and been able to hold each other accountable as we grow our businesses and our ministry. People don't understand that. I tell people all the time, I ain't a church girl, but I got a purpose too and a ministry too. You know what I mean? And because God has blessed me with some gifts as well. And what better day to have you on than the day before Black Love Day, right?
Come on.
Right? The 13th is now, February 13th is now called Black Love Day. And also a couple days before the traditional Valentine's Day, which is Love Day. So, what better day to have you on? So tell everybody who you are in more detail, please.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. And ditto to the friendship. I don't know where these people are to always say, I'm too old to make new friends. I mean, we so clicked. You so inspired my son at Cheney, which I begged and guilted him to complete. And you definitely inspired him in the music industry. Thank you so much. I was so grateful that he had another woman, powerful woman, to influence him. And so absolutely, when he connected us, for you to MC at my book signing, it was just a natural progression that we became such good friends, having that young man in common. So I love our friendship and our accountability, and it couldn't be with a better person. So yes, who am I? I am focused, from the focus of love. And yes, Black love, love in general. I love all types of love. And it actually came out of me being in church, having a calling on my life, and got married at such a young age at 18, right? Trying to understand. But I created, getting married that early, we created 10 more problems, trying not to say, right? Just too young to pick, too young to have the necessary communication to be able to hear each other, receive each other, groom each other. So the marriage definitely crashed and burned. So that's where my passion came from, to be able to teach and coach how to be in love, how to embrace one another and have healthy relationships. So that's exactly where it actually began, if you will, was from the church world and a failed marriage, and that's how I became an expert.
Well, and thank you for being so transparent, because most people don't understand that in those difficult times, in those failures, is always a lesson. It's always a lesson. So, I want to get right down to the nitty gritty. Well, first of all, let me acknowledge and share with people what Black Love Day is supposed to represent. It's demonstrated by the color purple. And it's to encourage people on this day to simply demonstrate love for 24 hours and to celebrate and atone and offer forgiveness to ourselves and to others, and to accept the very tenets that we call the 5 Black love tenets. okay, and which are love for the Creator, Ashe, love for themselves, love for their families, love for the Black community, and love for the Black race. I think that's important because we don't even realize sometimes how we don't have a love for ourselves as a culture, as a people, because we've been separated from our ancestry. And unlike other cultures, they still have the roots to, if you're Italian American, you still have roots to your Italian ancestry. You still have roots to your Irish ancestry, but we don't always have roots. We don't, mostly Black Americans don't know our roots as far as our tribe or what area of Africa we may come from, etc. And we've lost a lot of our traditions, so we don't get to celebrate our traditions as far back as other cultures. We have to celebrate our traditions with those that we've started since being in this, for those of us who are not native to this country, because some of us are, that are not native to this country, and, that make us what we can call now, as we call it now, Black America, right? And so I think this is an awesome, it reminds me of Kwanzaa, how we create things to hold on, to create our own traditions and to hold on and be mindful of our own value and to love ourselves despite what we see, what is not how we are not represented or misrepresented or mistreated.
Yes, beautiful summarization. Mm-hmm.
And so with that being said, I don't want people to listen to this podcast and to think that it's not that we don't love and we're not humanitarians. I think it's most important that you have to have a love of self to be able to be a good humanitarian and love people who don't look like you, who don't sound like you, who don't believe what you do and don't believe in the same things you do and don't practice religion the way you do or don't have the same sexual orientation that you do, don't have the same preferences that you do, that we have to understand that it means to love self first, because that's the way you can have healthy love. And since that's what we're going to be talking about, we're going to be talking about affordable love, right?
That's right.
Right?
Yes, we are.
And what else are we talking about? What else are we talking about today?
Yeah, well, you make out a good point. I mean, who's not more of a humanitarian than Oprah? And she has a show called Black Love that just simply features African-American couples, Black couples, and their love and how they met. Because she's up to wanting to make sure that picture is painted, that you do get to see that there's Black people that are in love and have healthy relationships. And that's what we're perpetuating, right? Everybody don't have Oprah money, so we talking about affordable love today, right? How can we boo love? How can you go out on first dates? If you're in the market, right, it can be expensive for a female. You want to get your mani and the petty. You want to get a new outfit, your hair done. It can get really expensive for the female. Also for the male that's dating and expected in most cultures to pay for everything. Every first date, he's shelling out everything, right? Maybe the second, third, fourth date, depending on what culture, what hemisphere you live in, it might be expected that the female pay. But those first couple of days can be expensive. And I have a young man, and he's in his 20s, and I always share with him, your first couple of dates, it should not be a lot of money spent.
It shouldn't be. It should not be. And it shouldn't be the expectation of the female either. Right?
Exactly. Oh, definitely. Yes. And I'm really a big stickler that the female the first couple of dates should not be paying for anything. Because if you can't pay for those dates, you just don't need to be dating right now. Let's just shut that down.
Okay, that's a fact. That's a true fact. That's a true fact. But also, and you're right, if you can't afford to take someone out on an inexpensive, what we're going to call a reasonable date, right?
A reasonable date, yes.
Then you cannot afford to date right now. It's okay. Work on your stuff.
Yep. I agree. And if the female is struggling to put her outfit together and her hair done and her nails, now you might be a DIY chick. You might be that chick, you know how to bling yourself out, and you don't need to spend the $50 to get the man hair pedicure. And that's wonderful too. But if you're struggling with that and struggling to pay for a babysitter, again, that's not the time to date. You need some self-care. You need look at your finances, see how you can grow. What's your point? What's your purpose? Right?
Wow.
So you want to walk in to a financial disaster, you know, male or female, right?
Wow.
So let's get that together first. Let's have that solid foundation. So why are we talking about affordable dating? It's not to be cheap, but I really want people. I want people to be able to sit in their soul when they sit across from that person.
Right.
And what do I mean by that? Is money is a distractor because now you're paying for X amount of dollars, you know, for the valet, for the meal, for getting in this club. It can distract people. Even when you have money, especially if the female sit down and now she wants to order this big bottle of wine and he kind of sidebarring her like, what is she up to? You know, what is this about? Right?
Right.
You know, you order the biggest entree on the meal. So for me, I'm like, let's bring it down to $1,000. Just about every city has its own website that you can go and see what's going on in that city every night. And most of the time, it's a lot of free stuff like festivals and outdoor concerts, right? Sweet, what'd you say?
I would say, if I was in the dating arena, I would date in the summertime. If a man is smart and paying attention, he would know that I love live music. Take me to a free festival with a picnic basket and you done bought a couple snacks or something. And I'm straight. Like, I'm good. And I don't, because those make, and then take me on a date where we can actually get to know each other and see how people interact and see if we like the same things. I think that a movies is not a good first date because for the entire time you're not communicating, right? And it's the place where if you're not going to talk, you're going to want to touch. And somebody might not be ready for that. I think an affordable first date, like you said, festivals. I think affordable first dates are art museums. I think other affordable dates is straight up just coffee, because some of y'all might not make it a whole meal. Just coffee or tea. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because you know, sometimes the chemistry ain't there and you don't want to go any further anyhow. You know, how many times you've been at dinner and I don't even want to break bread with you because I don't like you already.
Exactly. I agree. Those first dates should be short and sweet. It should be in your travels, in your route, where Saturday morning, for me just recently, a gentleman, he was like, hey, I said Friday. He was like, well, can we meet soon? I said, sure. I got to drop my laundry off at such and such place. It's a McDonald's right there. I don't really do McDonald's, but I wouldn't mind getting a cup of tea with you. To me, that's non-threatening in so many ways.
Yes.
Right? So it's on my route. I'm not going out of my way. I don't need a babysitter because it's part of my routine. My child won't be with me anyway. It's non-threatening from him because there's no expectation for him to spend a lot of money. And we can pop in and out tea. You can drink tea in 20 minutes.
That's
and
right.
realize, look, that's not it. And we done, and we both back in our routine and off to our lives. You know?
Yeah. And I also think it limits expectation because straight up, men get an attitude as they should. Okay. If they done went all out, spent all this money on you, and then you treating them like nothing, like, right? So you should give yourself room and time to have a few quick dates just to see if it's a real interest there. I remember watching a show on, hearing, maybe it was on the radio, where they do these dates, and this guy, this chick, she spent all this money. First of all, ain't nobody tell you spend no $200 on the dress. If you really can't afford it, you shouldn't have done it. So she spent all this money to prepare for the date. Then she's mad because when he pulls up, he just has a little basic Honda Accord, right? Yeah. He took her out. He spent money. Like, he bought her roses or flowers. Yeah. He took her to eat. But for some reason, she thought that he was cheap. Like, that he didn't. And he was like, yo, I work hard for my money. I spent like $250 on you that night. Like, you know what I mean? And you think I'm cheap? Like, he felt, you know, he said, I don't understand. I don't understand why a man tries to go take someone out with no expectation. I didn't try to kiss you. I didn't do anything, you know, and then you you dissing me and saying I was this and I was that when I was just a gentleman, you know what I mean? Who spent his hard-earned money. He said I wasn't willing to spend more than that on the first date.
Yes.
I wasn't.
I agree.
And he said I worked overtime, so I would not have any limitations on what you ate at the restaurant. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I felt, and she said something, then she felt bad and wanted to go back. But by then he was like, nah, no, thank you. I don't want the second date, you know?
Exactly. Bingo. Well, good for him.
Yeah.
And I think that's the fallacy of it all, right? This big old hype that we have personified, projected before we even born. These conversations are already going on. So we're born into a society that already declares what the first date should look like. How much should you be spending? How much should the engagement ring be? Where should the house be? You should be able to walk around the house and have a picket fence and 4 bedrooms.
Let me tell you something. That's crazy. I've never bought into it, thank God. But for real, like, right, I have never had an engagement ring. My first husband or my fiance now, right? Because we was all grown already, first of all. Secondly, I found rings. His ring's $45. His wedding band is $45. Right? It's perfect. It matches my set is like $300, and it's all 3 rings. You know, it's the right. So, and it's made by an artist, and it's one of a kind. Ain't nobody else gonna have it. So right. So, and for real, I was getting ready to go with those $29.99 silicone rings because he likes to work with his hand. Like I only like right. The weight of the diamond does not equate the value of the love.
You got it.
Or the relationship.
Yes, and that's what I want people to leave with. We're not talking about being frugal or cheap. We're talking about being in perspective, right? So, because if you could buy $100,000 ring and you got a couple $1 million left over or $1 billion left over, what's $100,000 to you? Right. But that's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about.
We talk about the everyday folk average income $50,000, if that.
Yes. And even still then, right? Even if you have $50,000 and you can spend X amount, do you really have to? Is the point I want to make, right? I want to make sure that we're clear on what the intention is. We're no longer Neanderthals, and we're trying to see who got the biggest cave.
That's right. Facts.
We have enough examples of people who have big stuff, boats and cars and money, whose marriages don't last, who they stay married only a couple of years. We saw, God bless Nick Cannon and his wife Mimi. They got a wedding every year and still only stayed married only less than a decade.
Yeah.
What was the point of all of that hoo-la-la, right? What was the point of all of that? Maybe, just maybe, more of the money and time that was spent per year getting remarried could have been on the marriage, on some type of counseling, some books, some getaways where it's just them with a counselor, a talk therapist, a life coach, and build their relationship. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean, sweet? Let's focus on what matters and what gives us long-term healthy relationships, not the whole, bring me one single rule and let's walk through the park so I can actually hear you, so I can see how you attend to the ducks. Are you like kicking the ducks along, you know, or are you willing to feed them all that stuff?
Yeah.
I want to see if you're kind, you know?
I want to see if you're kind. And we don't take the time out to see if someone's really kind and loving and all that good stuff, you know. And, you know, now y'all see why she is the love expert. Y'all need to get with her. She can coach you and help you with your issue before you marry or engage or dating. You know, she can help you work through some stuff. You know, my fiance and I, we've had to work through a lot of challenges, but one of the things that we had to learn is each other's love language, honey.
There we go. Now we talking. You know, I love that conversation.
And thank gosh he had the wherewithal to suggest that we read a few books, and they were The Weight, because we are separated physically, not by choice, so we had to talk about that part, right? And then there's 5 love languages. We had to read that. And then we had to read Principles. Because it's not talking about just principles in business, but the principles of life. And so we're reading those 3 books, and for real, when we started reading them, he'd say something, I'll be so confused. I'm like, how did this conversation just go left? What just happened? Like, right? And what is going on? Or I'll say something, and all of a sudden he's like, or I blow up, and he's like, did I step on a landmine and didn't know it? Literally, right? And we'll be so confused. But the good news is, because we're not physical, we're separated physically, we're forced to have communication, right? We're forced to keep prayer and God first in our lives, right? And but we still in that was totally going left all the time. We'll be looking up and we're like, oh, what just happened? Like so we started reading love languages, and we discovered that the way I give love ain't necessarily the way I need to receive love.
Yes, exactly. Beautifully said. And I want to acknowledge you both, because neither one of you are forced. You guys both participate per your desire to be together. True. We all have an option to decline. Right. But you all choose, even with the separation physically, that you choose to get on the court. And see, that's also it's so poignant to know that there's someone willing to get on the court with you in this life.
Ooh, I like that. I'm sorry, that's tweetable, baby. Someone who's willing to get on the court with you in his life. That's tweetable, honey.
Awesome. Yes, and you both are willing. You have declared that this is what we're going to do, despite, if you will, the distance physically. And that matters. That matters when you got all hands in. You're like, 1, 2, 3, let's go. That's right. And then there's nothing you can't conquer once that's declared and that conversation is complete, that you guys are on the path, for a healthy relationship. It won't be anything you don't do. But when you walk in a relationship saying, let's see how this is going to go, well, I can tell you how it's going to go. You can stop right here. There's nowhere else to go. If you don't plan to succeed, you will plan to fail by default. So once you plan and synchronize, the best way to know that is to create moments where you really get to see that person's character. And reading books is a great way, like really getting to hear what they're saying. One, are they keeping their commitment to actually read the book and then actually discuss it with you, and want to hear your thoughts and want to hear your opposite points? Sometimes we see things totally different. Great way to really be able to hear, intellectually, do they have the capacity to have these level of conversations? Hey
now. Well, you know what? We're going to take a break, because we've been going in already for almost 20 minutes as we could. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to listen to a song by the late and the great Philip Joseph, one of my songwriting partner and dear friend who has transitioned, and a song that we wrote called Lover's Conversation. Please enjoy, y'all. We'll be right back.
You are listening to Soul Opera Radio with your host, SuiteFranchon.
So we are back, everybody. We are back, and we thank you for hanging with us. For those who don't know, just join us. You're listening to Soul Opera, and I am Sweet Franchon. And we have with us the lovely Focus. How are you, Focus?
I am just, this conversation got me all juiced up.
Yeah. And I think we have an echo, so I'm going to get rid of this output. So at any rate, yeah, I think we have an echo. I'm not sure. I know we're on the replay, everybody, but that's what happens, technical difficulties. And when you live, I decided to go live rather than pre-record. So for those who just joined us, we're talking about love. We're talking about healthy love. We're talking about affordable love. We're talking about tools with dating and keeping the fire in your relationship and how to have mature love. The love I have now, and I definitely couldn't have had in my 20s. Because we pick love for the wrong reasons in our 20s. You know, we pick it because the sex is good, because, as you mentioned earlier, because, you know, you try not to sin, so you're getting married early, you're not ready for that level of commitment. We only choose people that we're not ready and able to build with. Which is, you know, and I truly, what do you think about when that's saying, at first I didn't understand it when I was younger, but I totally understand it now. Marrying your best friend.
Yeah, I mean, that gives you the freedom to be who you are and give that other person the freedom to be who they are. And that means you studied one another, right? You know how best friends can finish each other's sentences? Mm-hmm. That's when you took the time to sit in your soul, you know who you are, and now you've been able to see who this person is, and you adore them, and what the parts you don't like, you can tolerate. That's what friendship is. Yep. So when you have that level of understanding, it can last forever. It can be such a way that you can build your life together, and the highs and the lows you can help each other overcome. So absolutely, it is truly a soul tie. I definitely believe there's more than one soul mate. Absolutely, out of 7 billion people, it definitely is. You do want to marry because 90% of your happiness is your spouse. That's right. 90% of your misery is your spouse. So you gotta pick them right, guys. You gotta pick them right.
That's right. That's right. What and you know, we talked about dating because that's part of the choosing piece, right?
That's right. Yes, it is.
People don't understand that. That's part of the choosing piece, right? And when you're choosing, you gotta, like, I knew that this man was for me just for one of the things you said. He studied me. He paid attention with no ill intent, though, just so he can know me and always work toward making me, work in that. Okay, that triggers something. I want her to feel okay. I want her to be okay. And I also pay attention to him, and we also had to learn in that. That don't mean you can shut down. Speak freely. And we got to learn to work through that, whatever that is. Ain't no, speak freely. You know, again, that's back to the languages, the 5 love languages. And as we said before the break, I like to express love differently than I like to receive it. I might express love through letters and poetry, but I like to receive love through acts of service and quality time. Right?
Yeah, there you go. Yes. My mom was walking down the steps just about to go to church. She looked gorgeous, sweet. So I walked in the house. I said, "Oh, Mom, you look so beautiful." Her response was, "Yeah. You need to take out that trash, right?"
Right.
So that was affirmation. So that would have filled up my love bucket. Somebody telling me I look beautiful.
Right.
For her love language is acts of service. So it did nothing for her to tell her that she was beautiful. However, after I took out that trash and then sat next to her, and I said, "Now can I tell you you're beautiful?" She said, "You can say whatever you want now."
Right. That's right. That's right. You got it wrong.
Yeah, so being able to study who you are, right, knowing and having the emotional intelligence to ask for it. See, a lot of times in relationships, we want our man to just know. And it's just not fair.
That's not fair. that's not fair. That's not fair on either side of the fence, and mostly for women. When it comes to men, you absolutely have to express it. Because what happens is, I think too, especially when we go back to what we were talking about, dating. So I want to address a couple takeaways so far. First takeaway is be reasonable and be okay with an affordable date.
Yes.
First couple dates, yes?
Yes, absolutely. You don't need to spend a ton of money. It's going to distract you because you're going to look at your budget. I don't care if you're wealthy or not. You're still going to process how much you just spent on a date. And a lot of people then put some type of value of what they want out of it at that point.
Right.
Well, I didn't put all this money out. I'm sure enough going to get a kiss. Or
right.
I better give. I better at least give him a kiss. So let's remove that whole situation around the conversation of money off the table, and let's get in a space where we can get to know each other versus worrying about, the check.
That's right.
How much we can put out.
That's right. Mm-hmm. And we also had some nice suggestions on affordable dates, or as you said, making it part of your schedule, what you already do, so you're not really going out of your way for it. That was a great example you gave about meeting somebody throughout your day because you're already in motion that day and right?
I'm going to add to that real quick, Sweet. And ladies and gentlemen, plan the date in a way that you would go without that person. Meaning, if they cancel, their babysitter, get sick and can't come, they have to get called when they work, you want to enjoy your life. And when you're dating, you're going to date a lot and meet a lot of people, especially on an online circuit. Make sure that the date is set up that even if they cancel, you're still going to go to that concert. You still can grab a girlfriend or one of your boys, and y'all can still go down and get that ice cream or go check out the new Chinese buffet. This way, you get to still enjoy your life versus sitting home for that 3 hours you had sketched out in your schedule, and now you're like, drenched. Now what I'm going to do? And you're feeling sorry for yourself or sappy. So build it in a way that you can still enjoy it, whether that person's able to come or not.
Love that. So let's segue into some other things. Couples are already committed, or whether it's married or whatever, committed. They got kids. They not dating no more. They getting on each other's nerves. They don't get to spend no time together. What do you have to say to that couple?
Great question, and I do hear that often. I don't have time, and I'm like, well, if you don't have time, then you're just existing.
Ooh.
We all have the same 24 hours. It's a story that we tell ourselves that we prioritize other things in life more than our love life, more than our self-care, and it's not okay. Because we're not doing our children any justice being snippy at one another in front of our children or at the children, because now the sex not good. So you frustrated, he's frustrated, so let's slow down and speed up, because the best gift you can give these children is a happy, healthy home. So later for all the overtime, later for all the spending and the bigger cars, what do they see when the doors are closed? When the neighbor's not looking and there's not another church service to go to, what are those children observing? So let's slow down and speed up. Let's set up a date night. Let's get another couple that we can swap out. When you drop your children off there and you go out for that Friday evening. And then next Friday, they bring their children to you. So you can save on a babysitter. Give accountability to another couple that you will date once a month, so that way you have accountability partners inside of your marriage that can help uphold and get that marriage, alive again, right? And then, simple things. Put the children to bed and go downstairs in the family room and watch a movie and let the children know the door is going to stay closed until mommy and daddy's finished their date night, and we'll crack the door open if you get scared or if you need a drink. That's when you can come. Before then, get the bottle of water next to the bed.
How about that? Bed on early and tell them go. You ain't got to go to sleep, but you can't come out of there. That's what I used to tell my kids. As a single mom, I used to be like, from the time I picked them up 5:30, 6 o'clock to the time they went to bed 8:30. I didn't answer my phone. They sat, near me while I cooked, whatever. But I didn't get on the phone. 8:30. Once I didn't spend my time. I'm going to sleep now. And you ain't got to go to sleep, but you're not getting up. You're not coming and bothering me. Right? And another thing to piggyback on what you said earlier about swapping with other couples so that they can switching weekends. Y'all go out this weekend. We watch the kids vice versa. As a single mother, I had all of my friends. It was really weird. We got babies very close in age, back to right. And then we also got divorced or became single, except for one of them. But still, her husband worked a lot. So if we wanted a girls' night out, we needed to get a babysitter for 8 kids. Okay, because we had 2 apiece. So, fortunately, I have a niece, Naja, who's now grown with her own family and stuff. But she used to like babysitting. She's always been good with kids. She's a teacher to this day, right? And she's always been great with kids. So she actually would handle all 6 or 8 of them on her own, or I would allow her to bring a friend, and we picked the house. Typically, it's my house. I don't know why that is now that I think about it. But it's typically my house. And then we all chipped in on a babysitter. So she got paid well. Wow. So she got paid at least $25 from all of us. So she made $100 that night plus, right? And so it was good for her. And, being young and not working yet, it was a good hustle for her. And that was also good for us. We can go out and have a drink or go watch a movie, go dance or whatever. And it helped us too. So, so those are some options for single women or couples on how to make sure you get out and have a little fun in life, right? Instead of just existing. So we've covered that. We've covered affordability and expectation. Right? So any last thing you want to share with people, anything else you want to share with them?
Absolutely. And again, for those that are just chiming in, this is Focus from the Focus of Love. That is the website, The Focus of Love. Yes, 15-minute consultation when you mentioned Sweet Show that you're listening to. And what does that consultation get? That gets for you to let me know what's important to your life inside of relationships that you want to take on. So I give you that offer for listening to this show. And let me know what's important. And let's create something powerful so that you can get clarity, you can get what your purpose is, you can get the love you want and have the life you love. Success without fulfillment is failure. Make sure that you're fulfilled. And fulfillment comes from self-love and how you're living the world around you, whatever way that looks like. But that's where fulfillment comes from, right? So I really want people to learn how to sit in their soul as they're dating and get in relationships so they can really connect with the people around them to determine, do we have chemistry? Is this a lifelong relationship? And if you've already made that decision, in it to win it, let's rejuvenate what made you make that decision so we can get back on track and you can have the life that you love.
Hey now, well, you heard it right here. Focus of Love is the book and the website. Make sure you check it out. Get you get your discount on your consultation. Make sure you call her. Like, it's always good. And some of us, with the age of social media, we don't have some girlfriends or friends that we can talk to. And it's just some things you don't want everybody to know. Right? But get to the root of some stuff, right? Get to the root of it. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna share something real personal, y'all. And like I said, thank God my man is a praying man, and he's a deep thinker. He's so opposite of me. Okay. Like, I'm deep in him, but he retains information. Like, he can catalog it in his mind. It's the most amazing thing to me. But because of that, he don't forget not one detail of anything. Right? And that caused me some challenges sometimes. Because if I say I did this and he checked back in a week, I'm like, what? When? Because I literally do it and get it, and I'm gone to the next thing. I literally forgot about it. And that caused us some problems, right? Needless to say. But I say all this to say is that the process, some of the things we talked about, the process of communicating, we know that laughter is what attracts us to each other. How since we were 14 years old, that we can hang out and laugh together. And when we're in the midst of that right there, where I'm looking at him, he looking at me, and I'm like, what in the world? How do you remember? I get an attitude because you remember down to the detail or whatever. we can always make each other laugh about it.
Oh, beautiful. Love it.
And then we crack up at ourselves, you know. And so it keeps that energy flowing. It keeps that energy flowing. And then when all else fails, I ain't gonna lie to you, one of us busts out in prayer because we like, God, we don't know what's going on right now. We can't do it ourselves. Okay, help us. Help us, right? Help us, because I don't know what just happened. And you know, so those are some tools that I use in my personal life, y'all, and I hope that it helps you. And I ain't gonna lie to you. After my first marriage, I had such a bad experience. I never thought I would want to be married or in a committed relationship again. And especially under our circumstances, I never thought that I would. But I'm grateful that I am. And it does help, as you said, when somebody decides to get in the game with you and makes that decision and commitment to the game to y'all winning together.
Yes.
I mean, that to me is just you. If you didn't leave them with anything, I hope you left them with that. And you know when somebody's in a gang with you or not.
Oh yeah.
Right? You ain't got to ask them, beg them, nothing. You know when they're in the game with you, right?
You got it. Yeah, you got it. Your actions are definitely going to speak louder than words. And I love the tools you just mentioned. Those are healthy interruptions because we all get stuck inside of whatever our isms and schisms are. And laughter will definitely break that up. And absolutely prayer, sweet. That is two great tools that you guys have in place here.
Well, we got it now. We ain't have it when we were younger. When we were younger, we were a hot mess, okay? The only thing we had in common was a physical thing at the time. I mean, we had more than that, but that was the only thing we knew. That was our main part of our relationship. And now and I said, funny how God works, because it's the total opposite. That was not part of our relationship in this moment, right? And so, you know, so it's, and like I said, I call them flies. I'm like, you ready to be my first and my last. Who knew, right?
Wow.
And the evolution of it all. You know, us as individuals and collectively, and even how we manage a love relationship, you know. And it helps us with our relationships with our children, helps us with all of our relationships, because we are learning to use some of the same tools. And if we find that the other's not using the same tools or the same approach, you know, he'll say, grounded in God, guided by love, fear nothing. That's our mantra. And I'm like, you right. You know, you right? Right?
Oh, I love it.
So find your mantra, everybody. You know, that's ours. Find that little quick prayer, that little thing that when you can remind each other when you're going left, and you know, why you in it, okay, in the first place. And like she said, like Focus mentioned about, you know, getting back to that and realize doing things and keeping the fire going in your relationship for the reason you got together in the first place, right?
That's right. Like, always keep that in focus so no matter what they're saying or doing, and I'm not talking about any verbally abusiveness or physical abuse. I mean, just regular arguments. You're going to have disagreements, but just knowing that this person's intention is that they love me, and that we are on the same path, and that we're a unit. That'll just bring it down 1,000. Right? You know, they're just upset, and it allows you to forgive them, allows you to move on and be gracious to one another when you keep your mission, your mantra in focus, and that will make the difference. Like disseminating all of that fluff and all of that idea. Well, you know what? You love me anyway.
You know? Yeah. You know, we just wish you all on this Eve of Love Days. I mean, love is always an option. You can always choose love, but these love days help you keep it in the front of your consciousness and your actions. And, you know, love is an action word. It is a verb, you know, right? And we just want to take this time from Focus of Love and Soul Opera Radio Suite on behalf of SuiteFranchon Entertainment. We wish you all love. We call it, we wish you peace, love, and poetry, because we strive for peace, we believe in love, and we believe life is poetry. I wish you all the best, and we hope you join us again. And we're going to close around. Make sure you visit Check Focus out on all the social media and also the website focusoflove.com. Right?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, you got it. And thank you so much for having me. I know you always have such rich content, so it's just a pleasure to be here with you all and sharing with the audience. So I know we got something out of it. You always bring it. You bring it. So
thank you. I'm just glad to be back and glad to do my first guest back, girl. This is perfect. I really appreciate you helping me stay on task. So thank you. We appreciate you. We're going to close out with another song. It's called Dance For Me. It's by myself, SuiteFranchon, and Amelia the Poet. It has not been heard or dropped or distributed yet. But all these are about the conversations of love. That it's okay, y'all, to have them, whatever it looks like to you. So we're going to close out today's show with Dance For Me by SuiteFranchon and Amelia the Poet. And thank you once again, Focus, for joining us today. We appreciate you so much.
Thank you. I'm so glad. You have a great night, everyone.
All right.
Yeah. It feel good. Amelia the Poet. SuiteFranchon. Could you dance with me? Check. One question. Can I kick it? Can I kick it? Can I kick it? Do my 1-2 step and I'm gone. One more time. Can I kick it? Can I kick it? Can I kick it? Do my 1-2 step and I'm gone. Could you be my Mary Jane? Could you be my... Take me away from the pain? Could you be my Mrs. Jones? Could you be my so we can get a thing on? Could you be my like Johnny Gill and put on that red dress and those high heels? Could you be my Sharia Moore? Making love I'm blind when I'm out on tour. Could you be my metaphor for what love is? Could you be my everything? Could you be my whiz? Could you be my Aisha, the girl I never had? Could you be my Boricua when I'm feeling sad? Could you be my Bonita and Bobone cause I'm looking at you? Damn, you got it going on. Could you be my dear Yvette? Taste so sweet. Could you be my candy girl? Such a special treat. Could you be my Leah? Angel from above. Could you be my heart? Could you be my love? Could you be my alpha, omega, beginning and the end? Could you be my soul? Could you be my friend? Could you be my heat wave, mind-blowing decision? Could you be my wifey without the extra E missing? Could you be my diamond, strip for me? Could you be my Betty Crocker, cook them strips for me? Could you be? Could you be? Can we kick it? Can we kick it? Can we kick it? I did my 1-2 step, now I'm gone. One more time, can we kick it? Can we kick it? Franchon, can we kick it? Did my 1-2 step and I'm gone. Next move, best move. What you gonna do? When I come through, hit you with the 1-2 like, yeah. Oh, I know you got something to say.
You know I do.
How you want to dance? Fast or slow?
Slow? Are you just talking to me or are you really ready to dance with me? Do you know the difference between dreams and fantasy? Let's savor the moments. I hope you're ready to be the king that you claim to be and not typical and ordinary. Are you the man that can find your way? Use your words as foreplay. Play with me with your words, you see, because I like similes, metaphors, and verbs. I want to love you without boundaries and constraints. The kind of love I get excited about over and over again. I want it easy like Sunday mornings. Real and familiar like Friday night fish fries and Saturday morning cartoons. I want to lay there in laughter. Only me and you. It's this exchange of pure energy that expands the dreams of you and me. You know, I want to know if you can dance for me, because I will dance for you. But I gotta believe it's only between me and you. You know, just us two. So, can you Can you kick it? A million. Can you kick it? Can we kick it? Can we kick it? I've done my 1-2 step and now I'm gone.
How you want it? I can talk to you for a little longer. You know how I feel.
Hey, Miss Lady, be easy. Come flow with me, don't tease me. Just want you to please me. No, don't think you sleazy. Want you bring your breezy. We can have a ball. For the sundown to the nightfall. Come on, come on. You said you feeling my flow. I'm feeling you from head to toe. So won't you come and blow me a sweet kiss? Oh no. What you thought I was talking nasty? Cause my voice got raspy. Just so want you ashy. So my tongue it comes in handy. Wanna bet a bet. Wanna bet you make you wet. To the point you won't forget. On your market, set go. Relax your mind, but let your conscience flow. I get high, you get low. If you don't know now, you know. Oh, flow with me, flow with me, flow with me, girl. Dance with me, dance with me, dance in my world. Flow with me, flow with me, flow with me, girl. Come flow, come flow.